All right, today we are going to do volleyball lesson 5, I think we're on. So, going to get some volleyball skills in. And today we're going to work on trying to hit it high enough to where it would go over a net. So, you might hear Mr. Highfield in the background. He's teaching volleyball to the kids down there. While I'm up here teaching you guys. So get your volleyball out, and today we're going to focus on just hitting it high enough to where it would go over the net. In step 1, I know Mr. Highfield's taught you guys how to bump and how to set. So if you have a partner, you can work on rallying it back and forth with you and your partner. If you're by yourself, you just rally by yourself, see how many bumps and sets you could get without the ball hitting the ground. If you are a younger student, I would say K and 1 and maybe even 2nd grade, go ahead and let the ball bounce and keep it going with the one bounce, kind of like tennis. Now, in real volleyball, you can't do that. But since you guys are younger and still learning, of course, we modify the rules to help you guys learn. So, get in your space, and again, just rally it, just as a good warm-up. See how many you can get in a row. Pushing it up. Before it hits the ground. And see what the highest number is that you can get. And then we'll start our lesson today. All right, in this step, we're going to work on serving. When you serve the ball, you're going to strike it with your dominant hand. You want to hit the ball right here on this part where where the palm of your hand meets your arm. That's the best place to serve and hit the ball out of your hand. Don't want to make a fist. You don't want to hit your knuckles, that hurts. So hit it right here. You're going to hold the ball with your dominant hand, and you're going to hold it at your knee level. You're going to bend your knees. Now, in recreational volleyball, we just do underhand serves. As you get a little bit more competitive and you're playing games against other teams, you might see teams do an overhand serve. We're not ready for that unless you are on a volleyball team. So most of us are not, so we're just going to concentrate on the underhand serve. So it's the same body motion as a tennis serve, whereas you're holding the ball with your non-dominant hand. You're going to strike it with your dominant hand, right in that spot that I told you, and keeping the ball by your knee level. And then as you serve, you're going to straighten your arm. You're going to bring your body up, not the ball up, just your body as you serve after you make contact. Don't do this. Otherwise, you're not going to make contact, and when you do, the ball's going to go behind you. So keep the ball down low, strike it out of your hand, and then bring your body up. Now, notice that my arm was going straight up. I'm not going across my body. My arm was going straight up over my dominant side. So, if you have a partner, your partner can make sure that you're not doing this kind of serve where you're doing like a disco dance. So it's got to go straight up, over. I'm pointing up, and my arm is over my shoulder, over my dominant knee. So almost like you cut an invisible line through the middle of your body. This arm that serves cannot pass that line. It has to stay on your dominant side. So for this step, get in your yard, hit the ball just close to you. If you have a wall, hit it towards the wall, and just practice that skill. Now in the next one, you're going to have to find a spot that is high enough for you to do this next drill. Again, I don't know what you have at your house, so just find something that will work. For some of you, it might be a line. If you look right at my ear level, there's a line on the wall. I could use that. That's probably what I'm going to use today. That will be my pretend net if you're by yourself. Now, if you have a volleyball net, that works perfect. Just use a regular volleyball net. That's what Mr. Highfield is doing down there. So Mr. Highfield's down there using a regular net. If you have one of those at your house, that's awesome. Some of you guys have playgrounds in your backyard. You could maybe just use playground. Like if that swing set was in my backyard, that'd be perfect to try to get the ball over that swing set. Some of you might have a basketball hoop. Again, I don't know what you have at your house, but maybe it's a small tree. Maybe it's swing set. Maybe you just have a net that you could use, or maybe it's just a crack on the wall. Try to find something that you guys can use as a marker to try to get the ball over. All right, so if you have a partner, have that partner toss to you, underhand toss over your head, and you can bump it over their head towards that marker, towards that line I was telling you about. Now for me, it's just gonna be this crack on the wall. Some of you guys have that, on this outside of your house. I don't have anybody to toss it to me. Some of you guys will be in that same situation. If I had somebody, they would stand by the wall, and again, they would toss underhand to me, making it high enough to where I could bump. And remember your proper bump type. Your thumbs are next to each other. They're neighbors. They're not roommates. So put them beside each other. And keep your arms straight. Keep your arms straight. Use your knees and your body to help you bump up. It's not only your arms. It's your whole body bumps the ball up. And you want to make contact on the lower part of your arm. So, since I don't have anybody to toss me the ball, I'm just going to bounce it, or I'm going to toss it up myself, trying to get it over that marker. You guys can probably see that line that's up there. I'm trying to get it up above that line. There I was. I hit the line at that point in time. Boom. Hit the line again. Toss it up myself. Boom. So I get to do this drill for a while. Make sure you give yourself a good toss. That's punch time. Toss it up. Boom. So you can get used to hitting the ball over the net. If I'm just pushing it forward, it's going to go under the net in a game-like situation. So that's why you want to bend your knees and push the ball as high as you can. Some of you guys are going to realize that you need to put a lot of muscle into it. Now, if you're younger, make the line lower. Make the part that you have to get over a little lower than what is normal. So I'm just trying to find areas that fit my level. In this last step of today, I want to see you get used to serving the ball. Now I'm using my dominant hand to strike the ball out of my other hand. So my opposite foot is in the front. So I'm keeping the ball low, and I'm going to strike it out of my hand using this part of your hand. So you're not using your fist, you're not using your knuckles. That's the best part to serve, right there. And you're going to serve, trying to make it go over the net. So, I'm going to get where I feel my level is. As you get better, keep in mind in a real game, you have to serve from the back out of bounds line. So, I think this line right here would do me good. And if this was a real volleyball, so now I'm going to try to serve it over my line. Since I'm not using a net, I'm going to try to serve it over the line. from this out of bounds. So I got right here, hit it, boom. It went over the line, so I know in a game it would have gone over. So, again, boom, hit the line, hit the line, so I know it would have gone over, because my line's higher than a volleyball now. And again, it went over the line, so I'm good. So when you're serving, you have to be from out of bounds. Now, if you're younger, scoot up a little bit. Okay, it's just recreational volleyball. We're not playing professional volleyball yet, so we're not tossing the ball up and doing the overhand serve. When you get in club volleyball, you'll learn that. But recreational volleyball, you just do an underhand serve, and again, you're striking with your dominant hand. Your opposite foot from the dominant hand is up front. The ball's right over that knee. Be cautious that you're not serving like this, and you're not going across your body. You don't want that. You want your arm to go straight, almost like you're bowling in a way. It's like a bowling motion. So after I serve, I should be kind of pointing up in the direction that I want the ball to go. So my arm is right over my dominant side, over my dominant shoulder. It's not crossing my body. Walking outside, I need my sunglasses. And not hitting it and going over the net. If I'm just pushing it forward,